Alright, what is up, guys? First of all, I apologize if it's a little echoey in here. There's like literally nothing in this room. I just moved into a new place. Still figuring out what I want to put in here. Alright, so this video I put together shortly after I got back from a trip to Summit Gannett Peak. So I figured, why not just kind of, while my stuff was roughly together, I just got back last week, figured why not just show you guys what I take on a trip like that to Summit. It was Wyoming's highest peak. It was really cool. But before I get started, I'd like to first shout out Life of an Adventurer. Life of an Adventurer is a lifestyle. They pride themselves on bringing people together to overland, camp, travel, and just enjoy the outdoors. They believe anybody can be an adventurer. They focus on promoting and reviewing products, gear, and services that they personally use so that they can get you guys out there on the road less traveled. And as Life of an Adventurer says, it's not about the destination, it is about the journey. So I'm going to put their info down below in the description. Check them out, they're awesome. Now to the video. So first of all, I'm just kind of showing you guys what I would bring on a trip. It's important to note, it obviously depends on the trip, right? The nature of the trip. This trip in particular was kind of like backpacking elements mixed with glacier travel. Obviously consider what you guys are going to be doing, what your objective is, and also how long it's going to be. That's going to dictate how big your packs are. So in our case, we started at noon the first day and we hiked for about 16 miles, set up camp, and then the next day was our summit day. Then we got back to that same camp, so we spent another night, and then the following morning at about 9 o'clock, we hiked out the remaining 16 or so miles from the Titcomb Basin. So it came out to about 40 miles round trip. 2 nights, 3 days, so something to consider. So that's going to kind of bring me to my first thing, which are the packs. I had a 65 liter. This is the Atmos, the Osprey Atmos. I really like it, good suspension system, and this carried everything. Then I put a pack within a pack. So then when that was not carrying everything, or when I just needed stuff for the summit day, I brought this smaller pack. This is a 32 liter. This is the Black Diamond Dawn Patrol. I absolutely love this pack, especially for what we were doing. It has all the gear loops that you need. The compression sleeves you can double as like for holding your rope. I really like that. Really neat helmet carrying compartment that just comes out like that, holds your helmet, and you can hold a bladder in here. This was initially for backcountry riding, like backcountry snowboarding and skiing, which I use it for that, but I also use it for just about anything else. I love this pack, it's awesome. So now I'm going to kind of work my way down on this side. This is kind of the backpacking stuff. I'll start here. This is a first aid kit. And then anything that I don't have in the first aid kit will also be included in this Cabela's. It's like a 5 liter dry bag. I have what's called the 10 essentials in here. I'm sure there's plenty of videos on that, so I won't go too in depth, but look up 10 essentials. That's something you should always, at least one person in your group should always have, is a 10 essentials kit, if you will. So that's a must. And then for sleeping, I have this Thermo-rest. It's like the Neo Air. This is kind of like their lightweight edition. It's an inflatable sleeping pad. I used to have the roll-up one. I don't like it as much, it's bulky. I like to try to fit as many things as possible in my pack and not have a whole lot of things dangling on the outside nowadays. As gotten slightly more seasoned. I'm not an expert by any means, but. And then I have in here just a backpacking pillow. This is by Drowning, which I believe is like a hunting company, but this is a fantastic like little inflatable backpacking pillow. So that's what we got on that. This is just an REI 30-degree synthetic sleeping bag. I also have a compression kind of sleeve on here, so you can cinch these down. It was already cinched, but so yeah, you can cinch it down, fit more stuff in, and that's also REI. All right, so now into the food. I like to bring mountain houses. I brought 2 of these. I had the chicken teriyaki and the lasagna. The lasagna is really, really good. It's my personal favorite. For a backpacking stove, we did not actually bring this. We had a jet boil. This is the Wind-burner. I like this, but the jet boil does have the advantage of having the automatic starter, which is a plus, meaning you just really don't have to have a lighter, which is pretty sweet. And then I had like 2 of these sleeves. These are, what do you say, like Gatorade, like energy blocks. So these are really nice. In the middle of the hike, I'll just pop a couple of these. Yeah. And then I had granola bar, some fig bars, assortment of those. I also had oatmeal as well, which I kind of tend to put in my 10 essentials pack along with utensils and such. And sometimes I'll put for this trip I had like brown sugar or something to put in it. GPS. This is the Garmin InReach Explorer. This thing's pretty sweet. Normally it has a carabiner on it. If you want to put it here or wherever, I just held it in my pocket. Yeah, obviously there's probably reviews on this bad boy too, but this thing's awesome. It has a breadcrumb feature, which meaning you'll do a hike and then it'll actually track where you went, and you can actually see how to get back or where to avoid if there was this weird stream crossing or something you want to try to avoid. It shows all that. It's a full topographical map on here as well. I didn't even have to punch in the coordinates for this trip. It already had Gannett Peak on the map, which made it pretty straightforward. So, sunscreen, it's a must. This is the Outdoor Research synthetic hat. This thing's awesome. I sweat in this thing like crazy, and you just pop this thing in the washer and it comes out looking brand new. This is a great hat. I used it today. This is on a hike. I'm always doing that. So now we'll kind of go to the water section. This is a 1 liter Nalgene bottle. Pretty straightforward. You can use this with a carabiner, put it on the outside of your pack if need be. Durable. And then this is a Hydro Pack 1 liter, drinking apparatus. I don't know, is that the right word? It doesn't do super well on the taste. It doesn't make your water taste very great, but it is really nice because you can fully collapse it. And then the same company that makes these, Hydro Pack, also paired with Osprey to make the bladders. So I also have a 3 liter bladder. So 3 liter, 1 liter, 1 liter, for a total of 5 liters. You see how quick I did that math? Oh. Now on to water filtration. So this is a light straw. I actually just have this as a backup. I never ended up using it. What I primarily used was this SteriPen. It takes like 90 seconds or so. I recently got this. I don't have a whole lot to say about it, just because I haven't been using it for a whole lot of time. But it's pretty straightforward. It's small. It's not terribly heavy. I think this is also the ultralight model. But yeah. And then we also had in the midst of our group, we had a, what was it? We had a Sawyer straw. Those looked pretty straightforward as well. Just attach those to water bottles and looked pretty straightforward to actually filter your water. But that's the water filtration that was used. Whoa. Headlamp. Can't really say much about that. It's just a lamp on your head. Sunglasses. This is very crucial, especially if you're going to be on a glacier like we were. I actually had my sunglasses, but I did not bring them on summit day, which was a terrible, terrible thing to do. Don't ever do that. Ever. Okay, that's my PSA for the day. But bring sunglasses. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it's such a rookie mistake. So now that's all that stuff. Before I get into this, I'm going to do a real quick breakdown of clothing, super quick, because we all kind of know the basics, but I'm showing you what I brought. So, but yeah, kind of basics in terms of, you know, having a base layer, a mid if needed, or even depending on how cold it is and everything, you can kind of get away with certain things. We did this in the middle of July, so there wasn't really any issues. So I guess I will just start kind of inside out. So base layer for the top. I use like a sun hoodie. This thing's awesome. It's called the Baleaf, B-A-L-E-A-F, like sun hoodie. You can get these on Amazon for like 20 bucks. These things are awesome. I love these. I use these for hiking, climbing, anything. These are really awesome. So, and then I did actually bring like this is like a synthetic bottom for a base. I probably didn't need it, but I think I did wear it. Some people run cold. I don't necessarily run cold. I don't know if I really had to wear it. But, and then I brought for our first and third day, I wore hiking pants. These are like really lightweight, like REI, just synthetic hiking pants. Pretty straightforward, really easy to pack, which is why I wanted these guys. And this is what I wore on summit day. These are the Black Diamond, like 2018 or 19 model. These are like their heaviest soft shell pants. So these actually are fleece lined, and then they're also crampon resistant, which is really awesome. Otherwise these would have a bunch of holes in them. These are great pants. I like these pants a lot. And then I had a mid. This is for my mid, my kind of like my top mid layer. I had the Patagonia R1 with a hood, always. It's just a great piece of gear. Can't really say much. And then for my outer, this actually isn't the outer that I wore. This is the Rad Kinetics Plus. This is one that I use a lot, but on this particular trip, I brought like more of a rain jacket, something like a little bit closer to a hard shell. It was like a Columbia rain jacket. It was really easy to pack. So is this, but I just didn't bring it on this trip, but bring an outer. Especially in the summer, certain places, it'll rain in the afternoon. It's very common, of course, especially the time that we went. Gloves, these are the, I don't know what model these are in particular, because they have something like the Punisher. These are like the step down below the Punishers. These are the Black Diamond ice climbing gloves. It's kind of like a mid-weight. These were perfect for the trip, especially being out in the snow. You don't want to dip your hands and get them wet. So, all right, last but not least, I had like 2 pairs of wool socks. Anyway. And on the climbing stuff, I'm not going to go super technical per se, because that may not be the audience. If you guys want to see like what I bring on like an ice climbing day or something, I'll do a video on that, comment below, and then I can get more into the specifics. But there's a lot of like climbing jargon that I don't want to use if I don't need to, just because it just, might not be the audience. So first and foremost, this is a 60 meter dry rope. It's a certified double and twin rope. This is not a glacier rope, and probably a little excessive. We had a group of 3, probably didn't need 60 meters, but It's pretty dang light. It's one of the lightest out there, I'm gonna say. I think that's probably, in terms of like a dynamic climbing rope, this is one of the lighter. This is the smallest diameter. This is 7.9 millimeter. This is the smallest that can fit in an ATC belay device, or like a tubular belay device. So, the more you know. Brought that. Let's see, trekking poles. These are the Distance Z's. These are the aluminum. These are not the carbons, but this is a Black Diamond product as well. I love how small they fold down into thirds. Can't go wrong. Just kind of a workhorse of a trekking pole. And then helmet, of course. Gotta have a helmet. This is Black Diamond half dome. It works, gets the job done. Black Diamond crampons. I had 2 ice clippers to go on the harness. These are really convenient. And then I had 2 ice screws, somewhat long ice screw, and then a short, not quite as stubby, but like a step above that. So that's some glacier stuff, snow stuff. Harness. Again, won't go super into the weeds on this, but this is a harness. This isn't like a alpine harness where they have the convenient like clips right here on the leg loops. Those are really nice, especially if you're wearing crampons. This is just not that, and this is just a little more comfortable of a harness. That's all. And then I had a crevasse rescue kit with me, among other things. Again, won't go super into the weeds on the climbing jargon and gear. That can be for a separate video. So, all right. And then do the ice axe. This is the Salua North X. This thing's awesome. Yeah, a lot of good things to say about this. This is kind of the in between. It's not a general mountaineering axe, but also not a completely technical ice axe. It is still T-rated like a technical ice axe for like climbing vertical ice. I really like it. Yeah, nowadays I prefer or want to do glacier stuff with a bent shaft as opposed to a completely straight shaft. That's a whole different discussion in itself. This guy has a rated leash on it, comes with it, which is pretty sweet, and then this pommel is adjustable. Pretty cool. Alright. And last, but definitely not least, is the shoe wear. These are just the La Sportiva Nepal Evo, I believe, is the full name. I just wore these on Summit Day. These were incredibly inconvenient to pack, but I have fully automatic crampons, and so I like to bring these when I have those, because otherwise I really wouldn't be able to mount those crampons on other shoe options. But I used this for Summit Day, so day 2. It's just a workhorse. Really nice when you dunk your foot in water, mud, snow. It does pretty well. Day 1 and day 3, I had these oboes, like water resistant hikers. These things are awesome. We had some people in our group that got blisters. I did not. And I think it's thanks to these shoes. I really do. These did a lot of the work. I mean, I put like about 30 plus miles on these just in that last trip. And they just, with a, I don't know, 40 or 50 pound pack, maybe 40, I'm not sure how much it weighed, but great shoe. All right, these are just Flojos, man. Not just, but these are Flojos. These are sandals. Brought these for lounging around camp as well as stream crossings, because we definitely had those on Gannett Peak. And that's it. That's the whole shebang. That's what I brought on a multi-day backpacking, hiking, little bit of glacier travel trek. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully that was a little informative. If you watched till the end, thank you so much. And if you guys want to see me do anything else, like gear related, kind of like this, let me know. This is fun. I like doing this. I like gear. All right, well, thank you so much. And I'll see you guys later. All right.